Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 State of the County Address. Please give a round of applause for the Montgomery Elementary Orchestra that just performed. Do you guys remember me from last year? Yes? I'm Fatima. I am the niece of Chairwoman Nora Vargas. And it's hard to believe it's been a whole year since my Nina became chair. And we get to do it all over again. Both my Nina and I came to this school, and so we're here at our alma mater. So please give a big round of applause. Today we're here at Southwestern Community College, which is really special because this is where my Nina's love for public service first sparked. My Nina studied political science here for 3 years before transferring to the University of San Francisco. Southwestern Community College is also where my Nina started her official career as an elected official. She came back and served as a member of the Southwestern College Governing Board, the only public institution of higher education in San Diego South County. She served on the board, yes. She served on the board for 7 years, and she was really proud of the work she did here. It was the work she did here that made her decide to run for the Board of Supervisors. My Nina wanted to create a county where people don't feel helpless and resources are always available. She wanted to see better access to high-quality healthcare and education. She wanted to make sure that any child with a dream can have access to the resources that help achieve that dream. She wanted to build healthier and stronger communities. These are exactly the issues that my Nina has been tackling since she took office. You'll hear more about that from her soon. But first, we want to thank you all for joining us tonight at Southwestern College, the place that started it all. We also want to give a round of applause for all the elected officials and community leaders here tonight. To begin this evening's program and to acknowledge this land, please join me in welcoming Tribal Chairwoman Erika Pinto of the Jamul Indian Village of California for our land recognition.
Hauka. I met my new friend backstage, Violet. She's on next. My name is Erika Pinto, and I'm here to give a land acknowledgement. Tribal people have always lived on these lands. For tens of thousands of years and before any modern government, tribes were self-governing people. We are the first stewards of this land, with a profound and enduring relationship to the ocean, the mountains, the rivers, and watersheds we now call San Diego. The land sustained our ancestors long before European contact. Our connection to these places remains unbroken and sacred. I hereby acknowledge that we are gathered today on the traditional lands of the Kumeyaay people, who were the original caretakers of this area. The land you are standing on is Indigenous land. It is here that we hold our ceremonies, sing our songs. Every day we pay our respects to our people, our ancestors, elders, and relatives past, present, and future. And we recognize their legacy, sacrifice, and the many contributions made. We honor and value the numerous ways our tribal people's culture and traditions continue to have significant impacts in this place and remind us about the sacred and spiritual relationship that exists today. We are still here. And I'm having a hot flash.
Thank you, Chairwoman Pinto, for joining us tonight and acknowledging the land that we stand on. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce Father Scott Santa Rosa from Our Lady of Guadalupe for the invocation.
I would like to begin my invocation with a short Sufi poem entitled The Guest House by Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. They may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Let us pray. Loving God, Father and Mother of us all, we of San Diego have been greeted by unexpected visitors, rain waters and floods, migrants from far and wide. Meanwhile, we still have some of the same guests, the same challenges, numerous persons without homes, a cost of living too high, and never enough parking. We ask you, O God, to help us treat each challenge, each guest honorably, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep our house. May we together as this county greet these challenges, these guests, and any other unexpected visitors who come our way with open arms. May we see in the mass humanity individual persons with families and dreams and hopes, trusting that they will teach us to look at one another and see one another and depend on one another to put our shared resources together for the common good of all. Bless our Board of Supervisors, O God. Bless Chairwoman Nora Vargas. Bless the state of the county, and bless the county itself, this wondrous land and people. For at the end of the day, we are a guest house. We are your guest house. Each guest is a guide from beyond. We make this prayer in your most holy name, as together we say, Amen.
Thank you to Father Scott for that touching invocation. Honored guests, please rise for the presentation of colors, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Presenting the colors tonight for the 2024 State of the County Address is Mar Vista High School Color Guard. To lead this evening's Pledge of Allegiance, please welcome one of my Nina's youngest volunteers, Violet Newton. We ask that you please remain standing following the Pledge of Allegiance until the colors have been retired.
Right hand over your heart. Begin. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You can take a seat. Thank you. We are now getting to the part that you all came here for. But first, I want to make sure we give a big round of applause to all the students of Southwestern College that are here today with us. To all of my fellow students, I want to let you know you are a priority for the South Bay community, and you are a priority for Chairwoman Vargas. From assisting with public transportation barriers for students and establishing the no-cost youth opportunity pronto passes, to advocating for environmental justice, clean air, and clean water for us and for future generations, and creating the first ever Supervisors Academy for high school students, young people are a priority for the county. To my fellow Latina students, Chairwoman Vargas was a student here as well. She is a role model for many of us, and she is proof that with hard work and determination, we can break barriers and follow our dreams as she did. Representation for the South Bay in higher education institutions matters. Let's continue to uplift ourselves and our communities because we deserve to be in those places as well as everybody else. Ser fronteriza, ser inmigrante, ser binacional ya no es una limitante, y mi tía puso el ejemplo. Les puedo decir con certeza que cada día ella trabaja para que ella, aparte de ser la primera en hacer historia, no sea la última. Y tú o yo o cualquier niña con sueños tenga mejores oportunidades y herramientas para sobresalir. Thank you again to all the students for being here and for being part of this special night. And as much as I would love to keep talking about how amazing my Nina is, I want to take some time to acknowledge a new milestone for the county. For the first time in history, the San Diego County Board of Supervisors has a female majority. In addition to that, I want to highlight the amazing work that the Board of Supervisors has come together to accomplish. Together, they have tackled and addressed the issues that actually matter to our communities, like homelessness, education, and health, regardless of political party affiliations. This Board of Supervisors has stood by their duty to serve, and the idea that the noblest motive is the public good. Thank you, Supervisor Lawson Reamer, Supervisor Montgomery Stepp, Supervisor Anderson, and Supervisor Desmond for being partners of Chairwoman Vargas in leading the way to build a better county for all. Thank you. Last but not least, I want to give a big shout out to the amazing District 1 Equity team for keeping up with my Nina. Thank you so much for this wonderful event and the work you do for our communities every day. And thank you to all of you for being here tonight. Tonight, I'm honored to introduce a transformational leader in our communities, a bold, courageous, and passionate person that I'm grateful to call my aunt, Nina Nora. Her character and vision have reshaped the standards for our communities because she believes at her core that our communities deserve healthier and stronger communities. And now, it is my honor to introduce my Nina, the chairwoman of the San Diego County Board of Supervisors, Nora Vargas.
Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it?
Yes, I'm a Swiftie, but I'm still a 49er fan, just to be clear. We should have won, but that's okay. Buenas noches. So are you ready? Are you ready? Because I am so excited to share with you what has been the year of #GSD. Do you know what that means? getting stuff done. Actually means the other one, but it's okay. I'm so excited to see all of you today, and honestly, we're getting stuff done in the County of San Diego for the people of the County of San Diego. I am really thrilled to be here with all of you today. My heart is full. First and foremost, I want to say welcome to District 1. Yes. And welcome to Southwestern College, the jewel of the South Bay. It is really heartwarming to be back here where it all started in more ways than one. This is like coming home to me. I want you to know that as I stand here before today, I stand on the shoulders of so many trailblazers, many of you are here today, that have made their own imprint on our community, and in doing so, made it possible for me to serve the community that I love. I am so grateful to all those who came before us, those that pushed open those doors, broke that glass ceiling, and paved the way for me and everyone after me. To them I say, thank you. Mil gracias desde el fondo de mi corazón. The world is a better place because of you and the sacrifices that you have made. It really is a privilege and an honor for me to be here, and I don't take it lightly. Looking out at all of you tonight, I'm seeing some young faces, and I want you to know that you are also the reason why I'm here. You are the reason why I work and what I do, right? Every day. You are not just the future, you are the now. And I want you to know that I learned so much from you, the young people that I get to connect with every day. As you know, I have two brilliant nieces. They're fearless. You met Fatima, right? Everybody met Fatima? And Farah is the shy one. But both of them, of course, are my inspiration. They're my North Star. They really do remind me every day that what we're working to build is really a more equitable world for our young people and our future generations. Like many of the young people here, I worked 2 jobs to support myself through college, and the experiences that I had here at Southwestern College shaped me into the person that I am. So, go Jaguars? Go Jaguars. Where are my Jaguars? To the students who took time out of their busy academic schedule to be here today, I want you to know that I see you, I was you, and I am working for you. I also want you to know that I want to thank all of the 20,000 employees of the County of San Diego. I know they're all not here, but so many of them are here represented today. Yes, where are you? Eso! I see my SEIU family. My colleagues at the Board of Supervisors and I work really hard every day to make the County of San Diego a better place for all of us. I want to say thank you to my colleagues for leading with your heart in these uncertain times. We are living in extraordinary times. The difficulty, need, and devastation that our community is facing is all too real. But adversity reveals character, and I want to say how incredibly proud I am of our community for coming together in our hour of need. Our community has shown character, resolve, and above all, mucho corazón. As all of you know, I postponed my state of the county because of the devastating storms and floods that occurred a few weeks ago here in San Diego County. After declaring it an emergency, I knew I couldn't stand up here and just give a speech knowing that our communities were in need. I needed to be on the ground doing everything possible to ensure that those who lost their homes, their cars, and their most precious belongings, I wanted them to know they were not alone. I wanted them to know that our county team was coming together and was working around the clock to create solutions for them. And that is why I instead hosted a day of service to help those that have been devastated by the storms. I'm really proud of our community, yes. I'm really proud of our community because on that day, we had over 1,000 volunteers who came together to help more than 1,000 families get through difficult times and to start rebuilding their lives. We also partnered with local community groups to collect much-needed donations at different locations across the county. And like you always do, our amazing community really showed up. You dropped off donations, put together food kits and help fill sandbags in preparation for another storm. And so I want to say thank you. Thank you for showing up. Our tirelessly county team also showed up to support our community. Honestly, I'm so proud of them because our county staff actually stepped up and prioritized the people who live here above everything else. Many of them were doing their jobs, and then they also were volunteering after hours and took time away from their own families to support those that were in need. So I want to thank all of the individuals and community groups that also showed up, especially organizations like Pillars of the Community, the San Diego County Foundation, the Jackie Robinson YMCA, the Positive Movement Foundation, the Hip Hop Health and Wellness 5K and Festival, the Harvey Family Foundation, the Urban Collaborative Project, the Emo Brown Foundation, Sherman Heights Community Center, Chicano Federation, the National City Family Resource Center, Exhaling Justice, and so many other individuals that just spend so much time helping our communities. You all are truly a reflection of who we are as San Diegans. We always step up con todo el corazón, that literally translates as with all of our heart. The people, the culture, and the life we have created here are full of heart, service with heart. Nowhere has this been more apparent than the day of service. Así que de todo corazón, muchísimas gracias. Thank you to all of you who continue to show up. Now, make no mistake, we still have a lot of work to do to help people regain their footing and rebuild their lives. But I'm really proud of how we've come together as a community. I want to thank my colleagues and Supervisor Montgomery Stepp for helping me lead the efforts in our community recovery. I want to make sure our community knows that you can count on us. We're going to be there fighting for you. And to that end, I'm thrilled that our request for individual assistance under FEMA has been approved, and these funds are going to be able to help us rebuild vital infrastructure damage to the infrastructure that caused the damage in the storm for our residents and for our businesses. So the state will reimburse us about 75% of all damages related to infrastructure, but I know there's really a lot of work to do. I've always known the incredible strength and character of San Diegans, and the past few weeks have only proven to me what I already know. When we work together, there's nothing we can't overcome or accomplish. There will always be, yes, there's always going to be more storms and challenges ahead that we cannot predict. But we will come together with leadership and resolve to build back stronger and better like we've always had. And let me just say, it's been quite a year, right? I mean, but despite the many challenges, no diga nada. But despite all the many challenges, it's been an honor to lead this county as the chairwoman. I'm really thrilled that once again we have a full board and that the voters of District 4 helped make history by electing the first Black woman to the San Diego County Board of Supervisors, my colleague, and friend, Monica Montgomery Stepp. And as I said the other day, and oh boy, has it been a breath of fresh air to have a social justice champion to weather the storm with, and as I said, no pun intended. But seriously though, it's too soon, right? Seriously though, it's been such an honor to work with the supervisor, and we're just getting warmed up and ready to go. I'm also grateful for the 25 remarkable years of Helen Robbins Mayer, who dedicated the work that she dedicated to the county. Her leadership is unmatched. And moving forward, my colleagues and I are committed to a transparent process in our search for our next county CAO. And I'm confident that we're going to recruit a CAO that understands our values and our vision. We've made progress on so many fronts, and I'm really looking forward to building on the work we have started. For me, leading with heart or corazón is also about having the compassion and the strength to step up for what we believe in. As your chairwoman, I prioritize building a more equitable society for everyone in San Diego County. I want to make sure that we make our government work for all, not just for some. Fostering a sustainable future and ensuring everyone has access to health care and resources that they need. As a first-generation immigrant to this country, the struggles that San Diego is facing to try and accommodate thousands of immigrants and asylum seekers that have come here strikes close to my heart. This is very personal for me. Since the implementation and lifting of Title 42, San Diego continues to be equally impacted by this unprecedented global human migration. As we all have experienced, San Diego County has seen a significant increase in the number of asylum seekers trying to cross our border. On average, 700 to 900 a day, sometimes bringing thousands in a single day, and overwhelming our capacity to help. In September of last year, the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol Protection began dropping off individuals at transit stops throughout our region, commonly known as street releases, putting additional pressure on our already strained resources and services. That same month, my colleagues and I declared this a humanitarian crisis in the County of San Diego. As the crisis escalated, we led the efforts to allocate $6 million of non-designated funds to support a migrant transitional center run by SBCS, which is delivering badly needed and compassionate services to asylum seekers entering the United States for the first time here in San Diego. I want to say thank you to my colleagues on the Board of Supervisors for stepping up during this humanitarian crisis. And I also want to say thank you to SBC and the numerous local immigration advocacy groups for their tireless efforts. Yes. Thank you for providing desperately needed resources for families seeking asylum. Ignoring the issue doesn't make it go away. And I appreciate that my colleagues voted to support this emergency aid. I want to emphasize, asylum seekers have a legal right to be here in the United States under U.S. immigration law, and that our federal government has an obligation to address this global humanitarian crisis. And while we know that immigration is a federal issue, San Diego has seen firsthand the devastation of asylum-seeking families that come here with no resources. We've stepped up as a county so that these families aren't left out in the cold. Unfortunately, this temporary funding for the Migrant Transitional Center has exhausted all county funds and ceased operations this week. So until the federal government steps in and provides additional funding, many will be impacted. I did send a letter to President Biden asking the administration to provide the support that we need. We need about $1.5 million per month. That is the cost to operate the center. It is critical to recognize our important role here in assisting asylum seekers and refugees. I cannot overemphasize the urgency of this situation. People are being displaced as we speak, and the time for the federal government to step up is now. The County of San Diego The County of San Diego has led the way and done its part. We are putting people first in unprecedented ways. We are creating a better community, a better county for all, and by all, we really do mean all people. So now it's time for our federal partners to step up as well. As an immigrant, I am not going to turn my back on human beings seeking asylum, and we're going to work together to build a better life for their families. And as a nation of immigrants, we can and we must do better. So let's talk a little bit more about the work that we've done this year and the work that lies ahead. Last year, anchored by community, we unanimously passed an $8.1 billion budget, the largest in the County of San Diego, which I'm proud. It's okay. Pobrecito. You okay? Let me make sure that okay. They're okay? He's stuck? Do you need help? He's stuck. Pobrecito. Is he okay? Yeah? Is he okay? Yeah? Okay. So, I think he's okay. Bravo, bravo. Last year, anchored by community, we unanimously passed an $8.1 billion budget, the largest in the County of San Diego, which I'm really proud to say passed in a bipartisan effort. The budget that we passed is a reflection of our community's values, and it prioritized vital concerns, including housing, homelessness, behavioral health, environmental equity, and the expansion of health and human services programs. The budget stands as a testament to our commitment to supporting the well-being of our hardworking families. We know that in order to truly thrive, we need to make sure that everyone from every corner of San Diego has a shot to build a better life for themselves and their families. So now I'm going to talk about a little bit about some of the specific investments that I'm so proud of. We know that more than any other issue in our county, addressing the homeless crisis is our region's priority. We need to continue to require all hands on deck to make sure that we solve this issue. We need to make sure that the state, county, and city leaders are working together. And I often say that not one person can tackle this issue alone. That's why I convened a first-of-its-kind gathering of 18 cities in partnership with the Regional Task Force on Homelessness. We brought together experts, stakeholders, and regional leaders to formulate a plan of action to address homelessness in the San Diego region. Our communities expect us to think outside the box. That is why our innovative region-wide approach led us to secure $22 million in funding from Governor Newsom to address, the encampments in San Diego County. That includes $5 million investment in South Region to address the Sweetwater Riverbed area, an area known as the jungle, that for decades had been home to many unsheltered families. Securing this investment was a true collaboration with the cities of National City, Chula Vista, as well as Caltrans. And in addition, with the city of Santee, the city of San Diego, and Caltrans, we invested $17 million for the San Diego Riverbed, which stretches from Ocean Beach through Mission Valley, Santee, and unincorporated communities of Lakeside and Alpine. We're continuing to implement innovative funding approaches countywide and throughout our region. It is a shame that in the fourth largest economy in the world, we continue to have fast-growing numbers of senior and veteran populations experiencing homelessness for the first time. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, not on my watch. We cannot, and we will not, continue to leave seniors and veterans on the streets. That is why we've invested $5.2 million through shadow rental subsidy programs, and we need to prevent seniors from falling into homelessness in the first place. I am so proud to share that we've successfully kept 382 seniors across San Diego County housed through this program. And we have to remember, it's super important that we remember that these are our ninas, our tias, our grandparents, our uncles. These are real human beings. And so it warms my heart when I hear of people like Marjorie, who at 76 benefited from this program. She shared that despite doing everything right, like having a full-time job and doing her best to save money, she couldn't make ends meet. And if it weren't for this program, she would be unhoused. This is how we truly make government work for all, not just for some. We will continue to do everything we can to take care of those who have taken care of us. And as a board, we've invested $10 million into the Recovery Action Fund for Tomorrow, RAFT, a direct one-time payment program intended to support families and seniors. This program provides a $4,000 one-time direct cash distribution to these vulnerable groups to meet their most urgent needs. Keeping people housed is imperative to preventing this cycle of homelessness. We know that once a family is displaced, it is 3 times as challenging to regain stability. So now let's talk about our veterans, the people who have served our country so that we can be here tonight. In July, we launched the Leave No Veteran Homeless Initiative in collaboration with more than 20 community organizations, including the City of San Diego and the Regional Task Force on Homelessness, the VA, landlords, and countless others throughout San Diego County, all to ensure that our heroes have a place to call home. I am happy to report that out of the 800 veterans who were homeless back in July, 415 of them have been permanently housed. That's more than half of all of our homeless veterans, and we're not backing down. We're sticking to our promise that no veteran gets left behind. We continue to care for those who sacrifice so much for our freedom, and we understand that no one level of government can do it alone. We need to come together to reach functional zero and continue to build a better county for all. Transparency and accountability is important in this type of work, which is why I proposed an assessment of homeless services and contracts in San Diego County to address the ongoing homeless crisis. In addition, we have to acknowledge that providing mental health services is crucial to supporting a portion of our homeless population. That is why in October 1st, 2023, the County of San Diego was one of the first counties in the state, one of 7 counties in the state, to implement the CARE Act pilot program. We did this to address the behavioral health needs of those that have been untreated with untreated schizophrenia spectrum or other psychotic disorders through a new civil code process. As evidence, our early implementation of the CARE Act, I've never been afraid to make San Diego a leader on issues like this. I'm not afraid to go first when it comes to implementing smart policies to address our toughest issues. But I also insist that when we do something, we do it right and we do it well. That is why, after hearing from behavioral health experts, the medical community, and justice advocates, we are committed to creating the right infrastructure to implement SB 43, the reform to conservatorship. When individuals are in need of emergency mental health services, we want to make sure we have the right treatment options available so that we can connect them to the care that they need. Together, we are setting a comprehensive plan to fulfill implementation of SB 43 1 year before the deadline. The system we create will be thorough, community-based, and sustainable. It is important because as someone like myself that for over 25 years of experience being a healthcare advocate, I've seen firsthand the challenges and barriers that exist in getting access to healthcare. That is why I'm so proud that as a board, we passed a resolution to champion Governor Newsom's Proposition 1, Rebuilding California's Mental Health Care Systems, that is on the March ballot. This measure brings new mental health treatment capacity and housing opportunities to those who have been forgotten for too long. We need all options on the table to address the mental health care needs of people in all corners of our community, because mental health care is health care. We know, yes it is. We know that one of the things that makes San Diego County so special is that we're one of the most diverse places in our country, economically and culturally. But that also brings challenges in ensuring that everyone has access to the healthcare resources that they need. I see the hard work of our clinics, community centers, and organizations doing outreach to our vulnerable communities like the unhoused, the LGBTQ+ community, the Latino community, and more to ensure better health outcomes. I also see leaders in our community making real change, and those are our promotoras, our community health workers. I see the power of our trusted messengers and community partners. In just 1 year, our community health workers helped thousands of San Diego residents connect with community resources and information necessary to improve the health and well-being of our residents. These workers from our communities participated in 762 events across the county. They touched the lives of over 49,000 San Diego residents. So to my promotores that are here, where are you? I see you, I see you. You are our unsung heroes. You are the bridges that connect communities to healthcare, education, and resources. You are the corazón and the glue that keeps us together. Your dedication, compassion, and tireless efforts have created ripples of positive change throughout San Diego. I want to take a moment today to express my deepest appreciation for the vital role of promotores in removing barriers and building healthier and stronger communities here in San Diego. Que vivan los promotores. May the bridges that you build continue to stand strong, connecting hearts and minds for many years to come. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all you do. Muchísimas gracias por el gran trabajo que hacen para nuestras comunidades. Los quiero mucho. Now let's talk about something else that our community needs to become stronger: housing. I believe housing is a fundamental human right and a cornerstone of dignity, stability, and opportunity. Housing is not just about shelter. It's about roots, belonging, and the very essence of what it means to call San Diego home. It is the foundation where individuals and family can thrive, pursue their aspirations, and contribute to our communities. We worked hard to ensure that San Diego received a pro-housing designated jurisdiction from the state. Why that matters is because it actually unlocks additional funding to remove barriers and build housing faster. Last year, the board allocated $14.5 million to removing barriers to housing, an initiative and then we also developed 22 promising actions to help renters and home buyers struggling through our region's housing crisis. These actions will help expedite the process of building homes faster and easier, cutting through bureaucratic obstacles. Allowing for innovative solutions is the only way we're going to be able to address our housing shortage. So as we take drastic and critical important steps, it is also important to recognize and celebrate stories of resilience and triumph. When the county partners with equity-driven and community-focused housing innovators, we are able to bring affordable housing projects to our communities. For example, working together with Ethos Real Estate and the Vista Group, we brought the permanent preservation of 151 units of affordable housing for the Chula Vista community at Vista Lane Apartments. And these folks are going to be able to live in homes for at least the next 50 years. Residents will have access also to services provided by Casa Familiar. That means that more than 151 families will have a roof over their heads and a community they can build as well. They will also have access to resources they need to plan and eventually buy their own homes. This is what Real World Solutions is all about. And let me tell you a bit more about some innovation in this space. In San Isidro, the county embarked on a transformative endeavor at the Melejo Village, where we built 64 new affordable rental apartments for families experiencing homelessness. With each unit, a new chapter begins, creating a sanctuary where 64 families have a place to call their home. And in 2023, 750 units started construction, 500 units were completed, and more than 1,100 homes were built in San Diego County. For the record, this is how we GSD. That's right, we've invested more than $45 million in county funding towards community infrastructure projects like these, and we're going to continue to step it up because this is where we are making a real difference in people's lives, and we're just getting started. Together, we're committed to creating lasting solutions and building a community where everyone has a safe and secure place to call home near transit and job centers. We know that transportation is the second highest expense individuals and families face in our communities. As we invest in our future, supporting our youth as they get to school and their jobs is critically important part of expanding our infrastructure. I'm proud to say that as chair of SANDAG, we were able to expand our youth opportunity passes. That means that all riders 18 and under get to ride San Diego public transportation for free. And I'm so happy to report that we have blown past all expectations in ridership, including surpassing 11 million rides countywide in youth ridership since its launch. We have extended this program for an additional 2 years, and I'm committed to supporting this program's growth and expansion as long as we are serving the needs of our youth. As of October 2023, the numbers speak volumes. Over 150,000 youth have embraced the Pronto card, a testament to the impact this initiative, well, actually they use it on their phone. Only old people use Pronto cards. A testament to the impact I couldn't use it to begin with, but anyway, that's a whole other story. A testament to the impact this initiative has had on our community. Because behind each cancer card lies a story of opportunity, empowerment, and hope. A reminder of the transformative power of investing in our youth. And as I stand here at Southwestern College today, nothing makes me happier than to see young people taking advantage of this program as they build their lives. So keep on writing. Inclusion is very important to me, and we will not leave anyone behind. Together with my colleague, Supervisor Joel Anderson, we added a new advisory seat to SANDAG and to our board of directors representing the unincorporated areas because representation matters. And that is also why we spearheaded the Ride Fact Now initiative, a transportation service that is a valid lifeline for our communities with mobility challenges, so that they can connect to the places they need and want to go in a timely manner. Ensuring public transit inclusion for people with disabilities is crucial for creating a more equitable San Diego. By making transportation more accessible, we empower all individuals to participate fully in community life and get where they need to go to live their most productive lives. This is also how we can start to build a greener, more sustainable future in San Diego County. But we got our work cut out for us to create a better environment for all. My district has the highest air pollution, including the highest levels of diesel particles in the air and the most sites with air toxins. I acknowledge that a lot of work needs to be done to clean up our region's cross-border pollution, but I want to let you know that my fight for cleaner air has only just begun. That is why I'm really proud to announce significant efforts aimed at ensuring cleaner air to breathe for everyone in our communities. In October 2023, we strategically deployed air sensors in the Tijuana River Valley to help gather crucial data on this impact on our residents' air quality, a crucial step in ensuring that clean air is accessible to all. In addition to this, we are actively working on deploying 5 more sensors to expand coverage in environmental justice communities such as San Isidro, the city of Imperial Beach, and the Tijuana River. The main goal of these sensors is to collect data that we can share with the community as well as research institutions for potential studies. Recognizing the pressing need to safeguard the health and well-being of our communities, the San Diego Air Pollution Control District Board, which I'm also a part of, took a bold step by adopting requirements aimed at reducing potential health risks by staggering tenfold. This monumental decision has resulted in 1,629 residents, 1 park, and 59 businesses being shielded from elevated health risks, including hidden dangers that can cause cancer. This isn't just about data or statistics. It's about the health and safety of our families, our neighbors, and our future generations. That is why I'm thrilled to announce that the San Diego Air Pollution Control District also just launched the Electric Landscape Equipment Assistance Funding Program, or ELIF. This program aims to further reduce emissions by assisting small landscaping businesses in replacing gasoline, lawn, and garden equipment with zero-emission alternatives. And one of my favorite projects, one that I'm incredibly proud of, is upholding our promise to plant more trees throughout San Diego County. Last year, I stood before you and I committed to planting 5,000 trees, and I challenged all of you to help me plant another 5,000 more. So I'm super happy to share that together we surpassed 10,000 trees in the county of San Diego. And it was really cool because I got to plant the 10,000 tree in the Spring Valley Park in my district back in December and decided to call her Esperanza. Esperanza because she's a symbol of the hope we have for a better future for all. My commitment to climate and environmental justice is unwavering. Last summer, in partnership with Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara, we took significant actions to support community infrastructure to address climate-related emergencies, including storm surge, flooding, and emergency evacuation infrastructure. As we saw with the storm last month, extreme weather events affect communities of color and low-income communities first and worse. My primary goal is to enhance our local capacity to adapt and build resilience, starting with a pilot project in my district. The success of this work will set a precedent for the entire county, ensuring that the benefits of our climate adaptation strategies reach all communities. That means that everyone has the ability to recover equally from climate change catastrophes. Moving beyond climate resiliency, we know that access to clean air and water is fundamental to healthy communities. Unfortunately, communities of color continue to be disproportionately impacted by lack of access to clean air and water. Your zip code continues to determine your ability to breathe clean air and water, and that's unacceptable. Nowhere is this more evident than in our South Bay communities. For too long, our coastal communities have been impacted by sewage flows into our ocean. Our beaches have now been closed for 805 consecutive days. Yes, it's a shame. Our families and children deserve to swim in clean water and should not have to risk their health to enjoy the beach. And our local businesses need to be able to rely on open beaches as well. And that's why we're continuously working with residents, community organizations, and the state and federal government to secure the additional funding needed to clean up our beaches and our water. To address this, I was very proud to partner with my vice chair, Tara Lawson-Beamer, to declare a local state of emergency over our cross-border pollution. We won't back down. until we have clean water and beaches for the families and visitors of San Diego County. Porque ya basta. Es suficiente. As a fronteriza, I also been working hard to uplift and promote our binational region. The fact is, our economies, our environment for the San Diego-Tijuana region are forever intertwined. Our binational region remains a dynamic and promising force for economic prosperity, both locally and nationally. That is why I'm excited to tell you about something that truly has a vision for what our future could look like here. A project that's near and dear to my heart that I call the Gateway to the Californias. This initiative aims to transform the Tijuana River Valley Regional Park into a world-class sports complex and active recreation destination, bringing a wave of positive change to the region. Communities across the Tijuana River Valley deserve access to green spaces, accessible bicycle and walking trails, and clean parks where their kids can play. Creating these innovative spaces will be a crucial step towards addressing the underdevelopment of historically neglected communities and also strengthening our binational community. It's time that everyone has access to these kinds of natural resources that strengthen a sense of community and allows people to thrive. This project is going to create a regional binational landmark and replace a vacant area with a new community park and green spaces for the residents, not only of South Bay, but the county of San Diego. Because for decades, the beauty of the Tijuana River Valley Regional Park has been reduced to the transboundary pollution crisis. And while the county will continue to work to solve the cross-border sewage pollution and mitigate its impact on its ocean waters, creating a regional active recreation space for its adjacent communities will breathe new life into the area. This project will be a source of pride for our binational community and our San Diego community, which we hope to showcase during the World Design Capital in 2024. You can clap. Yeah, it's going to be super exciting. I'm super excited about it. Because I think that this is exactly the kind of innovative thinking that we need to engage in as a county, because this is how we move our communities forward and create more economic opportunity and prosperity for all. And from championing major infrastructure projects like the East Otay Mesa Port of Entry and the Border to Bayshore Bikeway, which connects the world's busiest international land border crossing, our commitment to fighting for economic prosperity for all remains steadfast. This includes championing economic prosperity through workforce development, childcare for all, and strengthening our county's workforce. We also need to revisit our funding formula for small business grants and explore more inclusive policies for microenterprises. We know that childcare is an obstacle for so many working families, and that is why we adopted the Childcare Blueprint. We've invested over $1 million to support childcare workforce development and infrastructure, and we also created a pilot program that provides 3 emergency flex days for county employees, because we know how important it is to provide working families with the flexibility they need to do their jobs and to take care of their families. We also launched the new Child Family Wellbeing Department, which will integrate First 5 and child welfare services, along with other essential resources for families. For us, public safety continues to be a priority. We want to provide prevention services that keep families together. We must protect our young people from the dangers of human trafficking. I was so proud to stand with Supervisor Desmond and District Attorney Summer Stephan to continue our efforts to increase education in our schools about this issue. The more education we provide to our parents, our guardians, our students, and educators, the better chance we have of disrupting the cycle of violence. By ensuring that our communities have their basic needs met, we provide hope for better opportunities. There's nothing more important than ensuring that families are able to provide a safe and nurturing environment for their children to grow and thrive. We have a responsibility to future generations to do the right thing. And as we invest in our young people, I'm also thrilled to tell you about this first ever Youth Supervisors Academy that you heard about earlier today. You know, it was born out of my commitment to establish a youth talent pipeline for the county. I've already learned so much from the youth I've worked with as part of this project and for the young people that are here today. I hope that you'll participate with us in this professional development program. We have so much to learn from each other. And I'm really proud to say that the first ever cohort from this academy recently graduated in January, mostly students from my district who helped draft board letters and learn about how our county government works. I want you to know that we're in good hands. And this is only the beginning. As someone who went through the MAC Project's Higher Youth Program back in the day, how many of you remember that? I think how many of you are Mackies, right? I am really looking forward to partnering with the San Diego Workforce Partnership and local partners to launch the Youth Empowerment Workforce Initiative in the County of San Diego. And as we talk, that's going to be really cool. And as we talk about investing in our future in the 21st century, it is critically important that everyone, regardless of zip code, has access to the internet. We won't allow the gaping digital divide that exists to foster more inequities in 2024. In some areas of my own district, approximately 20% of households lack internet connectivity. We won't continue to allow that to happen, not on my watch. That's why we successfully launched the County of San Diego's Affordability Connectivity Program. And being part of this federal program provides us up to $30 per month towards subsidies to our communities so that they can have reliable wireless internet services for eligible low-income households. So there's one thing I know for certain. There is nowhere I'd rather be than right here in San Diego County. We are strong, we are vibrant, and we are an inclusive community with a booming economy. But the reason I love this place is because of its beating heart, its corazón, its culture, and its remarkable people. We have a lot of work still left to do in accomplishing our goals, but I won't stop until we make these dreams a reality. So to my friends in the room, I ask you, are you going to stand with me to help make San Diego a healthier and stronger community for all? Oh, come on, you can do better than that. Are you ready? Are you ready to build a healthier and stronger San Diego for all? Are you ready? Me too, my friends. Now let's get back to work. Thank you so much for being here. Good night, buenas noches, and stay tuned for the next episode.